What's up, everyone? This is Retro, the rideshare gamer, and I don't know if the name's gonna be rideshare anymore, but you know what? Will this be the end of Uber, Lyft, and other delivery services? Will it be the end? What's up, everyone? Now, I'm not entirely sure it'll be the end for the rideshare and delivery based apps such as Uber, Lyft, and maybe all the other ones that are we don't know of yet in California. DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, Instacart, and the ones that I haven't mentioned yet, Amazon Flex, all of it. You know, it's not going to be independently contracts anymore. It's going to be hourly pay. And that means you get paid hourly. Well, you know what? Fortunate, you get a lot of benefits from it. But all the other stuff, I'll let you guys know right now. Now, this Uber Lyft thing that's going on, this is the main topic. Uber and Lyft. What about Uber and Lyft? Not many people do deliveries. Not many people do. They just depend on Uber and Lyft and how to go and make some income by just picking up people and dropping off people. And yeah, it's just not gonna work out. But anyways, what is your guys' opinion on Uber and Lyft, DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, all the gigs that pay you right away? What is your opinion on that? Put in the comments down below. This is a live stream, so I don't care if people watch it or not. But this is something that you should know right now. It's going bye-bye. Do I care? No, not really. I have other means of income. But I am shocked about it. Not just the fact that I do Uber and Lyft myself, and I do other delivery services sometimes here and there. I do Amazon Flex, and I like it as my side hustle. You know, I don't have to be told to clock in on Wednesday and clock out after 4 hours. You know, like I want to do my main primary, and then if I want some little extra, then I'll go ahead and turn on the Uber and Lyft app. Now, I'm not really complaining as much because I really don't need it, but this is the downside about it. A lot of people are going to be affected by it by the ending of this week. That means Thursday, Friday. If it doesn't turn off, then it'll be next week. And that's going to cut Cyrus from a lot of customers, a lot of small businesses. And that's not good. A lot of small businesses are going to lose money. They're going to lose business because I have collected footage, not of the customer's face and my face, but the conversations that we had, the opinions upon this matter that's going on with what is going to happen, and in a short amount of time. Now, COVID really impacted those that run their own business, such as little small restaurants, fast food places, taco bars, sushi bars, bars, other sorts of delicious food that are independently from a small business, family business. And they depend on us, delivery drivers. They use the services just like how customers use the service to request for a ride. They still get paid just the way that we get paid as driving around, picking up passengers and taking them to from point A to point B. It sucks. It really freaking sucks at that point, because all these people that work with their independent business, they're working with very limited parking space. They're working with very limited of people that are actually not living in the area because they would not know about that business. Now, this guy told me that he owns a little coffee shop. And that little coffee shop that he owns is a small business. And he depends on the delivery services, the drivers. He depends on the driver because the drivers are the ones that pick up his orders that people requested for, and they get it delivered to the customer. And that's how they get paid. Now, because that's going to go away, he's going to lose business. And that's just one person talking about it. There's tons of other people out there that are running their own independent, small little business, and they actually need this service to keep themselves going. Now, this service is going to keep going, but the thing is, what I'm trying to get my point at is that it's going to be turned off. It's not going to be active. No one's going to be ordering food. You're at work and you want to order some lunch. You're going to request for food, but it's not going to allow you to request anything. Not even from McDonald's, not from KFC, not from Popeyes. You know, not from that pho place that you really love. Not from Starbucks. Like, all of it's gone. It's going to be done. It's going to be done temporarily. For maybe a week, 2 to a couple months, 4 months, maybe a year. If these companies get their things together and actually come up with some type of software and some good engineering and re-transitioning from the old to new, then maybe they would get it up and ready real quick. But they decided to just keep fighting, keep spending money, and laying off people to try to conserve money to fight. In which I've been to, let's change the subject, but part of this, I've been to AB5 over in Sacramento. I met tons of people over there. I see 2 different stories. I see this story and this story. Now, they want employment and getting rid of autonomous vehicles to run the rideshare business. Then they got independent contractors that want to keep their rights. Now, I hear 2 things going in and out of my head. It's so annoying. Why don't we meet in the middle equally and have 2 signups? One is sign up for independent contractor. 2, sign up as employees. Now you got 2 options. The first option, you got to sign some papers and do a lot of verifications. And the second one is simply as take a drug test and get interviewed and become a employee of this place. And yeah, but either way, you have 2 options to direct you however you want to make your life work with these companies. It don't matter if it's delivery, it don't matter if it's rideshare. It should meet down right smack in the middle. We need to quit fighting because you guys want one thing and then you guys want this other thing. And look, California is shutting down because you guys are complaining that you want it to be employment, then you want it to be independent. It's going back and forth, and these people at the court and whatever are going loony because there's equal amount of people fighting left and right, and they want one thing. Why don't you decide together to meet in the middle? If you didn't meet in the middle, then this is what the outcome is. Because it's too much fighting, too much arguing, too much suing. It's not worth anything. Was it worth spending your money on lawyers to sue Uber and Lyft? They're going to be no longer over here. You suing them for what? Why would you want to spend that money? How are you gonna get your money back? You can't drive your Uber X, Uber XL, your Uber Lux, your black SUV, your Lux, whatever. How are you gonna earn your money? What kind of TCP you gonna have? You gotta go get your limo license ASAP. You know what I mean? Get your chauffeur license. Now, at this point, it's chauffeur time. You gotta step up a game and become a chauffeur. But you know what? Do you have the money to get yourself a limousine? Do you have your money straight to actually have a Town Lincoln, a 2020 Town Lincoln, or whatever big black SUV? To be a chauffeur, have your chauffeur license. You can't do it on Uber and Lyft. Not right now. You got other clientele that you gotta to have now. Telling you, why are we fighting? We're supposed to meet in the middle with Uber and Lyft. Have employment, have contractor. You meet in the middle, you have what you have. You have two options instead of one. It don't make no sense. You can make your own service with Craigslist, but it is too risky and you need a license and other things like that. Now, not recommended, but you can't take cash rides when these turn off. You just got to build up your clientele and have your own personal phone, and you got to set a time and day that you can start doing some rides and stuff like that. Like, hey, all right, I'm gonna be active for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. This is the time I'll be available. Hit me up. Set a subscription service. Pay once a month, and this is what I'll do for you. Things like that. I don't know, but the point is, this is stupid. They're gonna shut it down. That's the stupid part about it. They're gonna shut it down, and when they shut it down, that's it. Everyone loses their privilege down the line of California. Ain't no one gonna have any service in the comfort of your own home. I mean, yes, we live in the city, we live in a little town, and we got stuff around us. But for the people that live out there, like in the boonies, up in the hills, yeah, they got cars, they got a gated community, but you're gonna have to travel your way down to go get some In-N-Out burger, or Taco Bell, or McDonald's. You're really gonna have to travel now. Transportation wise, you work all the way in San Francisco, and you know that Uber and Lyft is pretty cheap to get yourself to point A to point B. And how's that going to work if you live in the hills and San Francisco is like about 30 minutes away? There's no bus going to the train station from where you are at. It takes about 11 minutes to get to the train station from where you at if you have an Uber and Lyft. But there's no Uber and Lyft. Then there's no bus stop. And how are you going to get to work now? How are you going to explain this to your boss? Now, I'm telling you, I mean, it's not much of a big deal. Since I do Uber and Lyft myself, it's not much of a big deal because I'll make my own income somewhere else. It's a big deal because it's going to be troublesome for people that need transportation. They don't got cars. They just bought a new home and they bought it all the way over there, and their job is all the way over there, and now how they're going to get to work? They're in a rural road, and these roads don't really lead up to anything besides maybe 20-minute drive, and then you're out of that road. It sucks. Big time. It really sucks. And it sucks for me too, because sometimes I like to take Uber and Lyft. And you got your car in the shop and you need to repair your car and you want to go home because it's going to take about a couple hours for your car to get repaired. And then you're requesting for an Uber, like, hey, I need a ride. Okay, cool, and you get picked up and go. That's it. You're at work. You want some food. You don't feel like driving your car to that restaurant. They'll deliver straight to you. You do it ahead of time, like 30 minutes before you get off. The 30 minutes before your lunch. So it takes about 20 or 30 minutes to prepare your food and stuff like that, and 5 minutes to deliver your food. And boom, by the time you take your lunch, someone's already at the front desk handing you your food. Now your lunch started, and now you gotta go get your lunch. You get in your car, you drive away from your job, you go get yourself some lunch, you come back, there's no parking. Now you're looking for this parking, or it could be the other way around. You drive into that restaurant, there's no parking at that restaurant, so you try to hurry up, you call in, like, hey, can you get this ready? Okay, cool. Now you're parallel parking, you're double parking. You go run in, you come out, and you got a ticket on your car. I'm telling you, there are tons of things out there. Let's put it this way. There's doctors. There's doctors that work about 12 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week, and they're on call, right? They're on call, and at any given time, the manager over at this place is calling you. It's like, hey, I need you to come into the ER, and there's something going on with this one person. All right, cool. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Is there any bus or train that's going on at that time? No. So how can you get to where you need to be? You know what I mean? Most doctors don't have cars. They don't want a car. And some do have a car, but they're too tired. They work a lot. And when they want to go home, they're too tired to go home. So that's a hazard when they're driving on the road. Now these surgeons, these doctors, these people that work so many hours, they're so tired. I know how it feels when you drive and you're extremely tired. You get this tunnel vision. You're tired, and you're shaking your head, and you're trying to wake up, and you're trying to stay up, but you continue to drive. And your home is like about 15, 20, 30 minutes away. And you're on this freeway early in the morning, and it's like these straight roads. You start falling asleep. Trust me, you do. I've been there. I've been doing Uber and Lyft. There have been times where I did a 12-hour shift, and I drove. And I drove from Tracy, from Sacramento, to go home. Now that is crazy. There's tons of crazy stuff out there. But like I said, like, some people have cars, some people don't. And now I highly recommend to improvise yourself. Improvise. You have to make a little adjustments in your life to get yourself to point A to point B. You're going to have to figure something out. If you live out there in the boonies, and you're going to have to tell your boss a different way. Like, hey, Uber and Lyft is done. There's no bus around me there to get me to the train station. Man, you better put that money together and go get yourself a car. I'm telling you. Or else you got to walk. Yeah, I think you don't want to walk. Especially this temperature out right now. Sheesh. Yeah, I know you don't want to be on the bus either because of the COVID. Tons of people are sick around you, and coughing and sneezing and farting and puking and homeless, and oh man, it's not looking pretty. You don't want that to be. You don't want that, I'm telling you. Yeah. No, but it sucks. Seriously, it sucks. There's sometimes you gotta be getting off of work late, 12 midnight, and you got no car, and you gotta walk home at midnight. And you know how that is at late at night. It's not pretty sometimes, literally. But what is your opinion on this stuff in California turning off? I kind of find it funny. I find it funny because some people use Uber and Lyft to have a main income. That's not the funny part. That's the serious part, because some people, it's really hard for them to get a job, and they need Uber and Lyft to support their family and other things like that, and it's not going to happen with you. It's not going to happen. So that's your main income is Uber and Lyft. But the funny part is that there's some people that use Uber and Lyft to make your money, but there's some people that don't even pay their taxes at all. Nothing. You don't pay no taxes. You spend all your money that you're doing with Uber and Lyft every week or every two or every month. You're like, I'm about to go pay my taxes. Nah. Then you push it off and you go and continue some more. You don't even pay your taxes. You just keep going. No, I know there's tons of people out there that don't pay their taxes and they skip over it. They don't even put one penny off to the side. They don't even take a little pinch out of what their earnings are made. They take all their earnings, they put it in their pocket, they spend it on who knows what, and never pay your taxes. Now, how are you actually going to make up that money now? That year that you missed out on paying taxes, that second year they missed out on paying taxes. Now you're not going to have Uber and Lyft at all. Now, how are you actually going to pay your taxes? You know what I mean? Now you're going to have to really go get yourself a job and really work hard and hope that taxes don't bite you in the booty. You don't want them to bite you in the booty because it's not going to be pretty. They're going to garnish your wages. They're going to take your car. They're going to take your house. They're going to do whatever they can do with the power that they have. Trust me, they will. What about 420 delivery? Now, 420 delivery is another option, but it's going to be just like Amazon Flex. You know how Amazon Flex have blocks and you're able to get paid at the end of the week, and they're doing different type of things to get paid. So I believe that I was about to start doing 420 deliveries, such as Ease and for weed maps. There's a couple companies I wanted to work for to deliver weed, but Uber was like one of my main incomes. I didn't really bother with it because like I had Uber and Lyft and I had DoorDash, and those three were actually making pretty good money for me. Then I got into Instacart. Instacart was making tons more money. I aim for the ones that give me money in my pocket that day. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to cash it out, put it in my pocket, and use it. So Ease is going to be popping. I know that for sure because Ease is not really an independent contractor. I think they are, but I'm not too sure. But they do get paid hourly though. They don't get paid like that. Because I talked to someone before when I ordered from Ease like a year ago. But they were telling me that you have an hourly set wage, which is $16 an hour. You get paid $16 an hour. Sometimes you get tips from people, and yeah, you'll work like about 3 days a week. But you get pretty good, decent paycheck at the end of the week. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, you can do Ease. That's not going to be affected. But again, in some cities, they're stopping deliveries for weed services. Like San Francisco, I know San Francisco kind of stopped services over there. And man, it's freaking crazy. These services, we got to go back to normal job, yo. I mean, get a job. That's the best thing to do is if you get a job, everything will be fine. I mean, don't depend on YouTube. Don't always depend on YouTube. Don't always depend on like things, easy ways to get your money. Like just go work. I mean, you're going to have more of a greater time when you go to work. You're going to understand how work feels again. I'm pretty sure y'all worked before and you have some intense moments where customers were pretty crazy and mind-blowing and stuff like that. I already know how that feels. I worked retail. I worked Walmart before. I worked for Red Bull before. I worked for 7-Up before. And I already know how it feels. Like, it's work. But that's what... I feel that work is fun. You know, I do miss work. I do miss it. It's... You wouldn't know how much you're missing. You're going to be entitled to yourself if you continue to work like this independent stuff. I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because you get money, you get to clock out anytime you want. I'm not complaining about that. But it's to the point where You want to buy this. Then you want to buy a PlayStation. You want to buy a $4,000 computer. You want to buy a $500 GoPro, $600 GoPro. You want to buy a MacBook. You want to buy an expensive Canon to make the awesomest pictures and the most expensive video camera to make cinematic view videos and stuff like that, or the new PS5 or I mean, like things like that. Like we talk about, I want to earn money so I can support my family, but where is that going? Are you even paying your own taxes? That's not even my concern. The thing is that just work. Let's go to work. Let's do what we grew up to do. We grew up to go to school. We went through classes. We went through recess, and then we went to middle school. Then we went through periods and learning different things and objectives, and we got to do. And we get into high school. We start doing projects and all these fun little cool things, and we end up graduating. Then we want to go to college. And what do we go to college for? Well, maybe you want to become a baseball player. Maybe you want to become a football player, basketball player, or doctor. In that category of doctors. In the category of technicians, such as auto and electronical technicians, PG&E technician, computer technician. You want to become a marketing manager. You want to become a CEO of something. You want to create your own app. You want to create your own whatever. You know, you go to school to learn something, but is this Uber and Lyft really going to help you out? What's up, dual beacon of lightning? Stay super lit. Welcome into this live stream. We're talking about the end of Uber and Lyft and other app-based independent contractor services, and how much this is affecting us over here in California. Is it really affecting me? Not personally, but I am vouching for the people that are affected, such as the people that are earning the money from the services and the people that are spending the money on the services. Customers, riders, drivers, and business owners of small businesses and large businesses that allow them, drivers, to pick up their order and deliver to the customer. Hey Retro, I would do weed delivery if it was here. Yeah, we were just recently talking about weed delivery. Weed delivery over here is an option. That's a last resort option if you want to continue to drive, and that's a really good option actually. Not gonna lie. But working, kind of have to get right back to work. I mean, maybe it's going to teach California a different way. Maybe. Who knows? Man, what's going to happen to Retro the Rideshare Gamer? Ride it share. Gig economy. Anything that has to do with money. Huh. Everyone over here in California that does rideshare, and they have their own YouTube channel. And they created their channel based on rideshare. Wow. It's really going to destroy the community of YouTube that does live streams for Uber and Lyft and other gig economy things over here. Like, what's going to be next? I mean, should I keep my name? Retro, the Rideshare Gamer, because, man. But you know what? Over here in California, there is an option. There's a chauffeur license, and you actually get yourself a chauffeur license and continue to pick up clientele. But you really gonna have to improvise, and if you want to continue the business of rideshare, you're gonna have to go through that. Now it's going to be a bit of a hassle to get that approval, but man, Uber and Lyft, that's crazy. But you know what? It's fine. It's whatever, because we got tons of jobs over here in California. Over here in San Francisco, mainly. San Francisco over here has tons of jobs to offer. There's over what was this place? Yeah, I forgot what it was called. But anyways, this is where Facebook, Google, YouTube, Instagram. I forgot who's out there, but you're able to have a job. Literally, you're not gonna get stopped from having a job unless you want a fast food service job where you really get paid by hanging that food out that window. You know, you can get a job like that, or and have one of those crappy jobs. But yeah, there's tons of jobs over here. I don't know what people are talking about. I can't get a job. No, you can get a job. You gotta get your butt up, and you actually gotta go look for it. I understand that some people have jobs, but then there's other people that don't have a job, and there's people that live with their family, don't live with their family, live by themselves, and they rant over something that they can't get the job. I mean, you can go get your job. You just gotta go get it. Literally. I mean, you don't know how to program on a computer. Well, there's online programs that are free that actually get you to learn how to code and go straight to the job that you desire. I mean, it's not going to stop you. I mean, over here in California, and LA, and San Francisco, and these are the only two places that actually need people for technology. And they're actually giving free services to learn how to compute and code, to do whatever you need to do with script and whatever, like to write it. Like, if you know how to do it, they're going to hire you because they need people like that. I mean, they don't need fast food people. There's tons of people that could easily get into fast food. There's tons of people that can do this and that and that and this. I mean, you could work from home. Literally, you just grab your computer and work from home, make a program, do whatever you need to do. You got a week to have a deadline and get things done. How to set up, how do you make a packaging that is more eco-friendly and less budget? Like, instead of using those a lot of stuff to put into the box to prevent a product to be damaged on the inside, I mean, make something smaller, more eco-friendly. You don't have to order any product and stuff like that. Like, things like that. You don't even need to be on that technology game to earn money. Like, there's so much stuff that you could do and get paid for it. Like, it's Uber and Lyft. But other than that, I do appreciate Uber and Lyft. It really gives me money on the side. I mean, it's not much, but it does give me like $130, $140 in like in 4 hours. It's decent money. I put some money off to the side. I pay my taxes. I use a self-employed Intuit book, and I have paid subscriptions for it. So like, I can pay my quarterly anytime I want, and I just put money in. Like, if it's $6, I'm gonna pay $6. But I don't go all out and doing Uber and stuff like that. That's I grew up to work. Like, I want to work. I mean, I love doing Uber and Lyft. That's why my name is the Ride Share Gamer, because I play video games and I drive for Uber and Lyft. Do you see me putting Retro, the Target Employee Gamer? Or Retro, the El Pollo Local Gamer? You're not gonna see that. It's, man. But it's fun while it lasted, and I'm gonna provide some videos and footage, and I'm trying to get as much as possible until this comes to a halt and they stop Uber and Lyft altogether. We have like 4 more days until it shuts off. So party like a rock star. Why not? Maybe the last day, cuss out your rider. Don't do that. No, that's a bad influence. Don't do that, okay? Show me Sasquatch. What's up, Sasquatch? How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. Talking about the end of Uber over here in the end of Uber and Lyft over here in California. And I covered a lot of things. I don't know if I can keep up with that, but I'm at the point where I'm saying that Uber and Lyft is done for. What are you gonna do next? Are you gonna continue to try to seek rideshare as a chauffeur and make your car into like a limousine or a town Lincoln, or what do you want to do? Or you want to work at a fast food place and hand out burgers and whatnot, or you want to be the pizza guy and do deliveries. You get to drive, like things like that. Like, man, the end of Uber and Lyft for California. What do you guys think about that? I really think that this Uber and Lyft in California's ending is, jeez, I've never thought that this day will come. Literally. Good luck. Yes. Bring all the luck to the people that are depending on Uber and Lyft. Really. You're really going to have to find yourself a position for yourself. Amazon Flex is going to be part of this shutdown. You're not going to be able to do Amazon Flex. You're not going to be able to do Instacart, DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, all the delivery services. It's not going to work. These are all independent contracts. If you signed up for Amazon Flex, it's going to tell you you're an independent contractor. You're signing for an independent contract. It's the beginning of the end. But the end is the beginning of a new start. So it's going to be temporarily turned off in the meantime, because here's the legislators. They're saying, hey, Uber, Lyft, and all you guys, did you find out how to set yourselves up for the employment system? How do you get your drivers to become employees? Do you have a system for that? They're all scratching their heads, like with their tails between the legs, like, no. Unfortunately, it's going to take a bit more time to actually establish that type of layout. Okay, you guys have 10 days. That's it. If you don't figure out things within 10 days, you're still going to have to figure it out, but we're going to have to shut down your service until you find it out. Dismissed. And that's how things are going right now. Temporarily dismissed. And what I've talked about in the previous of this live stream, which I'm going to bring it up now, pull it from the back and put it in the front. I talked about when this is happening, the customers are going to have a bit of an issue. Now, the customers are healthcare providers, police officers, firemen, Caltrans, the people that work on the roads and stuff like that. Doctors. I'm going to pinpoint doctors. Doctors work 12 hours a day, sometimes 7 days straight throughout the whole week. And they're on call, not to mention that part. When they're on call, it could be morning, day, or night. It could be whenever they be called in. And the most ones that I've really paid attention to right now is the ones that I did pick up early in the morning. Sometimes I would be leaving around 2 a.m. in the morning so I could go do some Uber before 8 o'clock comes around in the morning so I can go to sleep and get ready for the rest of the day. These people are actually explaining like, hey, the buses are not running at this time. The train station is not running at this time, and I need to go to the airport. I need to go to work. I have been called in to go to work. And these people tell me like, hey, thank you so much for picking me up. And they give me a tip too, like cash in hand tip. Sometimes 10, sometimes 20. And they really needed it. And they live like 15 minutes away, and I have to go get them because they live in the hills, because you know these doctors got so much money and they got these nice fancy looking houses, but they cannot afford a car for some apparent reason and can't take themselves to work. The point is that they're too tired to drive their own car, and they need to go to work, and they need to come home from work, and it's like 12 hours later, 13 hours later, they're so tired they can't even take themselves home because they get tunnel vision while driving around, and it's not a good look on that part. I already know how it feels when you're tired on the road and you're trying to keep your eyes open. You guys know how it feels if you drive. But yeah, people get called in maybe 12 midnight. BART, the train station bus, is not running at that time, and it's really hard to get taxi drivers at that time too. I mean, you're probably gonna have to wait 20 or 30 minutes to get a taxi driver at that time. You know what I mean? And to get to work. You know, but these people are on the front lines helping out, saving people's lives, especially during the COVID time. Right now, we need this to stay on. They need to figure out a different way besides shutting it down and getting this services up and running until these companies actually make a decision on how the engineering part of the app is going to transition into, to continue with this different transition of employment from independent contractors to employers, into employees, so you get paid a different way and stuff like that. They should keep it on and continue to keep going until January 1st. Then if they're not ready by January 1st, then by all means turn it off, because these guys are not keeping up with anything. That's why it's happening. I mean, it's still going to stay turned on. People are going to be employees, but it's going to take longer for them to actually become employee, because these companies waited too long until the last minute to actually have a backup plan. Now, they don't have nothing to fall back on because they never created a different layout for the app. They don't have nothing. They don't have a secondary lab. They should have how we have our apps now, how it looks right now. But then they don't have nothing laid out on this side. So now they can't just transition into this one and push this one off to the side and save this as a backup whenever the days come to go back into independent contractors again. Or maybe make it dual. You know what I mean? Dual it out. Have two services provided. You can be an independent contractor, or you can be a employee. You have a choice in life to actually come meet in the middle instead of just fighting both ways. Now you're gonna have to do more paperwork on the left side, compare more paperwork on the right side. Simply apply for the one on the right. Do your drug test, do your background. This one you're doing simple sign up, background, you're on the road. That's it. You know what I mean? So they should have two options. It makes it much easier that way. And it should be like that throughout the whole states. Easier. Because you're able to decide if you want to be an employee or an independent contractor. Because there's people that are fighting side by side. These people are wanting independent contracts and they want to save it, Prop 22. And there's people that are on AB5 and they're fighting for both sides. They're like, I want to keep independent contractor, but then I want to have employment. I want to get rid of autonomous vehicles and continue to be inside the car and I'm driving around the passengers. Why don't you just cut it in the middle and you both go two separate ways? The people that are on the left wants to work as independent contractors and the people on the right want to work as employees. It's a win-win situation. Why don't they do it that way? But they're not. And that's California for you. This is California. There's stupid rules over here. There's tons of rules. It's just ridiculous over here. FEMA camp employee. Damn. But yeah, that's... Jeez. That is, it's no bueno, people. No bueno at all. But you know what? It's fine. It's totally cool. I'm just gonna kick back and relax on the last day. On the last day of Uber and Lyft. I'm just gonna record. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna record, capture the moment of when Uber and Lyft ends. It's not my first time watching things come to an end. Like playing video games, like say for example, PlayStation 3, it's called PlayStation Home. Played on it for so many years, and then they said that they're gonna shut down that server. And, you know, I made a lot of good friends, and I said bye to everyone, and that's it. They shut the server down. It says undergoing maintenance, and it's been saying it till this day. I was back in 2010. Same for a lot of games. I know how it is. It's like quarantine. It's like how we went into shelter in place. Everything's shut down. It's so quiet. You can't do shit. That's pretty much how it is. But yeah. Now, I'll tell you got this. You guys are doing Uber and Lyft, good luck. You guys are doing Uber delivers and any type of delivery service, or Amazon Flex, or any type of Instacart, whatever you're doing that has to do with app-based services. Good luck. And find a really good job that pays really good, because it's coming to an end. So, yeah. This is Retro the Rideshare Gamer. Thank you for you all that are watching. And thank you all for providing all these videos. Whoever is in California doing Uber, Lyft videos in California. We did a good job providing information. If we did provide good information or not, don't care. But we made a good group. California group of drivers out here. We all have our own words to speak on YouTube. We've showed and shared information, what we could share with Uber and Lyft and the delivery services. I've seen tons of arguments amongst each other, amongst other Uber tubers and people that talk about gig services on YouTube. That's part of California. I mean, without Uber and Lyft, I would not meet you guys. So, pound it, y'all. If you don't want to pound it, that's fine. I don't care. But if it wasn't for Uber and everyone else, and Lyft and DoorDash and Postmates, I would not be able to meet you guys. You guys would not be able to meet me and know my name and who I am. And how much of an asshole I am, or how annoying I am. Don't care. But I have my own characteristics. You guys do too. And yeah, I'm glad to see you guys in the future. Maybe there's new employment going on for these gig services. And I'm going to hold it strong. I'm going to meet you guys on the other side. Until then, this is Retro the Rideshare Gamer. And have a great time. Good luck. And hopefully you got a goddamn good job, because y'all need it. I'm out. See you later. How you end this thing? Alright, Dude Beacon, or everyone in my live stream, have a great one. Hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy. It's hot over here in Cali. Later, people.